Hiya, so back. I've set up the N64 system, and I'm going to switch on and hopefully get a game going. And the reason I want to, I actually haven't decided if I want to play Rush 2 or original Rush for you right now because I want to show you what San Francisco Rush, the original game, have as far as the tournament ranking. Uh, but actually, what I think I want to do for you right now is just shoot a race of one track and just show you the varyings, like the varying difficulties that you can set. Uh, the range is quite vast for a game of this age. The amount of settings that you can do um, are quite amazing. So we're going to get ourselves on. Uh, let's see, can you see that all right? Yeah, you can see that okay. I know it's a little small. So actually what I'm going to do is zoom in. There, zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm showing here. Not getting any audio coming through just yet. There we go. Okay, hopefully that audio level is decent. We don't really need music, but that's cool. Right now, we're not going racing just yet. What we're gonna do is actually first I want to show you the options. So there's loads of options in the game. So you can set your rumble pack, track map. The reason I keep most of these things off for myself when driving is because I find the challenge more fun to not have the track map on and to not see where all the opponents are and to not know what position I'm in and things like that. But as far as for you viewers, I'm going to turn this stuff on so you can see all that stuff. So the track map I'm going to turn on. Uh, Radar is on, so I can see around my vehicle. Uh, Time elapsed and time remaining I don't use because I don't use the checkpoints. Um, when we do the death races, um, adding checkpoints is just making that game so challenging. The level of challenge that you can set the bar so high or so low, so that the most novice player or the most challenge hungry player can go for it. You'll see. So we're just going to set these things so that it's playable and so that you guys can see what I'm doing. So tachometer, speedometer on, place we're going to turn on, gear shift is on, we're on imperial measure, so we're going miles per hour. Wrong way is off because I go, yeah, it's not necessary. Okay, so we'll back out of this. And we're going to go one race. We're going to use a player that I frequently use. You can use this guy. Now, there's a couple tracks you can race on Rush 2 that don't appear in the circuit mode. This is one of them, and it's the office of the Midway uh, team, so that's a pretty fun one. We shot a video on that already. There's a stunt course. In the first game, you have to go and find the stunt course. It's out on track 6. And Alcatraz doesn't show up on the circuit mode. And that's a really fast and hairy one. So there you go. And the half-pipe course, which I've also shot a video for you already on that. And the crash course, which is very, very difficult. I'm not going to be doing a video on that one for a little while. For now, I'm going to drop us into New York downtown because it's one of my faves. Now, you can go forwards or backwards. You can go forwards or mirrored. We can set our fog level. I like a little bit of fog on this one just because of the atmosphere. It creates a nice atmosphere. We can set our wind. And having the wind really affects you a lot more than you think. You can't hear the wind, and you can't see the wind, but it affects your vehicle a lot. So we're going to set the wind to medium. Laps. Now the number of laps really affects the game, especially in death mode. So now you'd think death mode is going to be the harder mode, right? But if all of your opponents get taken out, then and you're the only one left, then all you have to do is finish the race. So that's actually pretty easy. So the fewer laps that you set on death mode is actually more challenging, unless you go to maximum. So your easiest challenge on death mode is a middle number of laps, like 3, 4, or 5. So 6, 7, or 8 laps, or 2 or 1 lap on death mode is going to be the more challenging thing. Just because of, you have to go for the endurance if you do the most laps, and you have to sprint and not die to do the fewer laps. So in the non-death mode, just the most number of laps would be the most challenging thing. And also your checkpoints, if you turn the checkpoints on and difficulty up to maximum, then you have shorter amount of time to get between the checkpoints. So I usually don't play with checkpoints on. I just like the racing. I don't like the time trial portion. So that's why the difficulty is set to really difficult and not extreme, because extreme just doesn't give you enough time. You literally have to go faster than you could possibly imagine. So better than I can perform to do the extreme. So I just go really difficult because I like a challenge that the opponent cars provide on really difficult. So checkpoints are off, deaths are on. To be honest, it's actually tougher with the deaths off because your opponent cars can't die, so they keep coming back and fighting that challenge. So if we want to make it really tougher for ourselves to drive, we go with deaths off. Kind of side thing. So I like to play with them on because it looks tougher actually, and it's easier to drive. So we're going to turn them off, and we're going to go with more laps than normal. We're going to go 5 laps. That seems like a pretty average challenge. High difficulty, 5 laps, and number of drone cars. You can have 7 drone cars, so up to 8 racers. I've had it at 6 drone cars, so 7 of us racing. I think that's how we're going to set that. And now we can choose a lot of things to set on the car. And the biggest thing to set on the car is the durability. If you crash a lot, you're going to want to set the durability high. If you don't plan on crashing, set it low, because what it does changes your acceleration. If the durability is really high, it reduces your acceleration. So I keep my durability at the bottom, racing on death mode. If you even touch something, you die. Your car will blow up. With the durability high, you can smash a fair lot of stuff before your car will blow up. But I like having good acceleration, so having the durability set to the bottom is the way to do that. The next thing is the tires. Knowing which tires to use is basically just evident in what shows up over here. So I'm a very big fan of that one particular tire that has the least drift and the most control. And there you go. And then the rest of the stuff is aesthetic. You know, doesn't actually mean anything mechanically to the car. Except your transmission you can set there. And off we go. Somehow I'm in first place, which I'm not sad about. Last. Oh well, still made first place.
What's your name?
We'll be doing a couple more of those for you with a better screen view. And setting the difficulty maybe a little harder for me. Okay, thanks for watching.